Hey everybody, happy Halloween! But before we get started, I just wanted to show this. It is the fan art page from Sonic the Hedgehog number 46. Well, the IDW Sonic 46, which features my action figures again. In this case, it's my bad guy team with Dr. Starline, and he included rough and tumble figures, along with Mimic and the official Zavik figure, because I haven't made a custom of Zavik yet. But funnily enough, if you look at the bottom, that's Corey Sonic Fans' 3D models of all the characters that got featured in the same issue. In fact, those are the very same 3D models that I printed out to make, the customs. I mean, I didn't do it for Mimic because that one's purely sculpted, and the Starline figure that I happen to have in this picture only has the printed hand and boots. But yeah, the head and the shoes for Rough and Tumble were totally based off of Corey's models. So it's actually a really funny coincidence that the two of us actually got featured in the IDW Sonic at the same time. That being said, happy Halloween, everybody! It's time for the Halloween upload of the r/Wakeangel2001 Reddit video. Yes, so like I said, this video is being edited on the 30th. It's already 11 o'clock at night, so if anybody didn't upload anything by now, it's their own fault. So if you want to upload something Halloween related now, it won't be coming up until after Halloween is over. And, by then everybody will already be thinking about Christmas, because what even is Thanksgiving? So this is what IDW needs to do now. Sonic the Hedgehog and Godzilla. This kind of works, because IDW does do both Godzilla and Sonic the Hedgehog. And yeah, that can kind of work. The crossover potential is there. It's not like we've never seen Sonic fight a kaiju, or at least kaiju-sized robots before. And I could totally see Dr. Eggman trying to take control of the nuclear energy source inside of Godzilla and making an egg mecha Godzilla. That would just be hilarious. But quite frankly, before I see Sonic crossover with Godzilla, I want to see Sonic and crossover with Transformers. Now, there is a little bit of a difficulty to this, because even though IDW does do both properties, Hasbro doesn't have the toy rights to both properties. So they might not be interested in making the crossover comic if they can't also make merchandise to go with it. Like they did with the Gigawatt Transformer for their Back to the Future one, or the Ecto-1 Transformer for the Ghostbusters crossover. But, all hope isn't lost. I mean, they did do a crossover with Star Trek, and I have yet to see any Star Trek-themed Transformers. And they sometimes even do crossover toys without an official fiction to go with it, like that Top Gun Transformer, Maverick. Although they did do an X-Men Transformers, which kind of is a nod, because there was a time when Marvel did the Transformers comics, so that could have been an interesting little nod. But, I'm getting ahead of myself. I would really like to see Sonic crossover with the Transformers before it goes crossing over with Godzilla. And if anyone's wondering why this picture of the My Little Pony crossover has been up all this time, because take a look at the top with the writing credit. Ian Flynn himself actually wrote the My Little Pony Transformers crossover, so that's totally a thing that can happen. And you know what? I think that could really work, seeing Dr. Eggman interact with Megatron. I mean, one of them is a dictator in control of an army of robots, and the other one's Dr. Eggman. Yeah, isn't that something that can just go over either way just equally well? Okay, up next is another same guy, You Business Bed. He's who do you think would win this fight, Ultrasonic or Safer Sephiroth? Okay, I think I have been overestimated here. I have never played a Final Fantasy game, and I only know the basics of the Final Fantasy franchise through cultural osmosis, and maybe some non-game material, such as the movies. Like, I saw Advent Children, and that little OVA they made, that was like a prequel story. Like, yeah. I really don't know too much about it. From what I understand, Safer Sephiroth can blow up a planet, but not really, because despite the planet-destroying animation of the attack, like, your party is okay afterwards, so it's like on another plane of existence, or it's a metaphor or something. I'm really not sure how it works, like what even is. I do know that Sephiroth is the way he is because he contains Genova cells. Like, Genova is an alien life form that does something. I'm not sure. It allows him to interact with the life stream, which is like the life force of a planet, which might have something to do with Eastern concepts of the reincarnation cycle, but then again, I don't really know. Like I said, I really only know the basics of it because I never actually played any Final Fantasy games. Not just Final Fantasy VII, but none of them. Ultrasonic, on the other hand, is probably one of the most OP characters in all of fiction, not just the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. I mean, it took the Wally West version of the Flash, who can basically unwrite his own non-existence, to beat him in death battle. And like, Ultrasonic is such an OP character, he only occurred twice in the entire run of the Archie comic. The first time was when he absorbed the power of tens of thousands of power rings all at the same time, along with Ixis Naugus, causing both of them to level up into demigod level powers at the same time. And they fought each other to a standstill. Like, the powers that they demonstrated at the time included instantaneous transmutation of matter, teleportation, and all other kinds of magical BS that really, the only reason neither of them was able to undo the entire universe at that time was because they were too busy countering the other one. The other time that we saw Ultrasonic was only briefly, when he had a Super Emerald strapped to his back, and he was running around the world over and over again to undo the temporal damage that had been done to his planet by the Ultimate Annihilator. And with that much power, he was actually able to reshape time and space itself to, fix all the damage that had been done to the multiverse by the UA. If anyone's wondering what the Ultimate Annihilator is, it's the weapon from issue 50 that destroyed Dr. Robotnik, the original Dr. Robotnik. And it was a weapon that was designed to completely obliterate something from existence. You know how how you have those pesky laws of thermodynamics that say energy and matter can't be created or destroyed, it can only be converted from one form into another? Yeah, the Ultimate Annihilator is the thing that says no to that. It actually does completely annihilate something's existence from the universe. And when Antoine and Bunny set off a bomb in its reactor, that caused it to malfunction, and for a brief instant, unwrote all of reality. All of reality. The entire multiverse ceased to exist just for a few moments. Fortunately, Snively had reprogrammed the Ultimate Annihilator to only target Dr. Robotnik. So, once it assured that Robotnik wouldn't be returning, it restored the entire rest of the multiverse, although there was all kinds of damage that had gone on with it. So yeah, with that kind of damage done to the multiverse itself, Ultrasonic was basically able to undo it all, just by lapping the planet a few times. And not only was he able to undo all that temporal damage to the universe, but he also was able to alter his own physiology so that he'd be able to work at peak efficiency no matter what environment he was in. Like, he transformed into Polar Sonic when he was in the Arctic regions, Eco Sonic when he was running through jungles, Solar Sonic when he was going through hot deserts. Basically, like, anywhere he'd go, he instantly modified his own body to easily work in whatever environment he was in. So, Ultrasonic is a reality warping demigod. Like, his power really isn't something that you can even gauge. So, I don't think that a fight between Ultrasonic and anything would work out favorably to anything, unless it's something that's filled with as much plot-breaking BS as Ultrasonic is. Like, your typical DC Universe character. Ha ha ha! But yeah. Oh, real quick, within the Archie comic book, this was the in-universe explanation as to why Sonic became taller and got green eyes. his physical appearance was permanently altered by his time being spent as Ultrasonic. So, Ultrasonic is so powerful that he permanently altered Sonic's character design. Yes, it was just so that he could look more like modern Sonic for the Sonic Adventure adaptation, but this was the in-universe explanation as to how it happened. Get ready to see some Kefka art soon. What is the story behind this guy? I don't know who this dude is. I just know that he's some bad guy from the Final Fantasy franchise, and I don't know why everybody thinks he's so special. He's just some weird clown-looking dude. So if you want to do some art of him, go ahead. I don't care. So yeah, that's the thing, I guess. And this is another thing where when I refer back to my Reddit, it seems that the order keeps on shuffling, because this thing pops up in the Reddit thread, like, before other things that were on there before it. So I don't know what went on. A new Sonic EXE figure, because of course there's a Sonic EXE figure. It looks like, again, it's the Sonic Colors version of the 5-inch Jazzwares figure, and taken with a spoopy night backdrop. Yeah, it's kind of cool. He's all covered in blood, wielding an axe. Way to go. I guess it just wouldn't be a Halloween upload to a Sonic channel without some reference to Sonic EXE, so there we go. And no matter what age you are, Halloween is fun. Yeah, I'm liking this Sad AM fan art and Halloween theme. So we got Witch Sally, Pirate Tales, and Vampire Sonic. It's funny that we have Vampire Sonic because you can actually, like Shadow is actually playable as a vampire in the mobile games like Sonic Dash and Sonic Forces Speed Battle. So like a hedgehog being a vampire is totally a thing. But I think I like the modern interpretation, which shows Mummy Tails, Witch Fiona. Is Sally a sexy nurse? Like, okay, sexy nurse Sally. I'm all for that. And then another Vampire Sonic, because apparently Sonic really likes capes, and he couldn't think of anything different. Although he does seem to have some sports tape wrapped around his arm. Is that a cheeky little Boom reference? Just a tiny bit of sports tape there? But yeah, I really like seeing characters dress up in Halloween costumes, especially when you got like a sexy nurse cosplay from Sally. Like that's like of all the things for Sally to be, a sexy nurse. Okay, sure, we'll do that. Why not? Then here's a cool one. Perfect Chaos's design is very similar to Biollante from Godzilla. For anyone who's not well versed in the Godzilla franchise, Biollante was like a plant that had been infused with Godzilla's DNA and turned into like a giant plant Godzilla creature. And looking at this concept art of it, it looks a lot like Perfect Chaos. I mean, it has the tentacles, the shape of the head and body is more or less the same. Maybe Biollante was actually an inspiration for Perfect Chaos's design. Because I kind of see it. It is a really similar design. I mean, I guess a giant water serpent thing can only look so many ways, but yeah, I can totally see it. It's totally there. And then Ridley wishing everybody a happy Halloween, because we were talking about Ridley a little bit in the last video, so everybody knows Ridley has to be there. Funny, Ridley was not in Metroid. He was not in Metroid Dread, which I find it really weird that to have a Metroid game with no Ridley, because Ridley's always been there. Even in the games where he was dead, he still found a way to be there. So Metroid Dread, I don't want to spoil it, but let's say we didn't completely lack for Space Pirate references. Let's leave it at that. But yeah, so weird to not have Ridley in a Metroid game. Let's see, what else have we got? Okay, a Sparkle Wolf 404 is showing off the ring pops that she'll be giving off for Halloween to the children. So if anyone's in their neighborhood, so you can know what you're going to get if you go trick-or-treating. But yeah, I don't believe I live anywhere near Sparkle Wolf. And it's time for a throwback. Remember this? when I said that the last drawing of, when this guy's last drawing of, of Demon the Cat was a little bit too scary. Well, Cheap Palpitation finally is ready to reveal it, so here it is. I've done it! She's absolutely terrifying! Oh, the bleps! The bleps! She's totally blepping us! Yeah. Yes, that is Demon the Cat in its purest of forms. Yay. That is a thing that I did with the thing in the stuff. Then some more Final... What? Like, seriously, what is with this Final Fantasy stuff? Like, Sephiroth killing Aeris would be like Sally getting killed in the comic books? Okay. Yeah, sure. I would much rather just like to see the crossover done, okay? Oh, wouldn't it be so interesting to see the crossover? Sure, it would be. Just do the crossover. What are you asking my permission? No, it's fine. Just do it. Like, I like to see content, original content on my Reddit, because it means it's engaged. And, like, you know, let's do it. I don't care. Go ahead. You want to do a Sonic and Final Fantasy crossover fan art from my Reddit thread? Go ahead and do it. I don't care. And then Sparkle will put this up. Mom randomly dressed Lionel, a work in progress custom I had out, in a little cloak. Now they're all dressed up for Halloween. That is kind of adorable. And at first glance, I thought it was a real cat until I saw the joints in the legs. So, yes. I'm not sure what Lionel is. Is this a thing? Like, I feel like I don't recognize this cat character. Like, I don't know if it's a reference to something, so I am sorry about that. But I can say that it is kind of hilarious seeing this somewhat overly realistic cat figure wearing a little cloak. For a moment I thought it was an actual cat in a costume, and that is just adorable and funny to me. So, that has been the Halloween Wakeangel2001 subreddit video. I want to thank everybody for sitting through my hilariously unrehearsed ramblings, and we hope to see you with more Reddit content, more toy reviews, more toy custom videos, and all kinds of awesome and hilarious stuff that I make. So, yeah, see you guys next time.